Yeah, I know I said my next review was going to be Late Night with the Devil, and I'm very excited for that movie, but it's not playing anywhere near me, so I'm going to have to wait until April 19th until it's streaming on Shudder. So instead, I'm going to be talking about another horror movie that premiered at South by Southwest. Hi everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions, and today I'm going to give you my review of Immaculate. But before we get started, you know exactly what to do at the end of the video. If I've earned it, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. Now let's get into it. Directed by Michael Mohan, Immaculate stars Sydney Sweeney as Sister Cecilia, a young nun who comes to live in a strict convent in the Italian countryside, run by former geneticist turned priest, Father Saul Tedeschi, played by Alvaro Morte. She's under the watchful eye of the Reverend Mother, played by Dora Roman, and the Cardinal, played by Giorgio Colangeli, though she finds a friend in Sister Gwen, played by Benedetta Porcaroli. But after being at the convent for a short period of time, Cecilia finds herself pregnant, despite the fact that she's stuck to her vow of chastity.
I'm a virgin.
Leading the rest of the convent to believe that she's either lying or that she's been chosen for immaculate conception.
It's a miracle. You are with child.
But things are not as they appear, and the longer Cecilia stays at that convent, the more she realizes just how sinister this all is. If you've seen my Madam Web review, you know that I think that Sydney Sweeney is not really that great of an actress in my opinion. Now, I haven't seen Reality or Anyone But You, and I heard she's pretty good in those. But between Madam Web, Euphoria, and Mohan's last feature, The Voyeurs, she just always comes off as wooden to me, like she's coasting on her sex appeal and not really giving any effort in her scenes.
Damn, man, that was harsh.
And with Immaculate, at first, I thought the same exact thing about her performance. This isn't helped by the fact that, outside of a pretty intriguing opening featuring a nun named Sister Mary, played by Simona Tabasca, the first half of this film is kind of a bore. The saving grace throughout the boring parts are Mohan's cinematography and direction, taking full advantage of the beautiful Italian countryside and the grand ancient architecture in the convent. But outside of Cecilia falling pregnant and a few predictable jump scares, nothing really happens in this first half.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening.
No one has any character development whatsoever outside of a few lines. The story just kind of treads water throughout this first half, and Sweeney's performance was not captivating to me at all. The rest of the cast is fine, especially Benedetta Porcaroli's Sister Gwen and Alvaro Morte's Father Tedeschi, but along with their lack of character development, they don't really get a chance to do much. But all of that changes once we hit the second half. Once some twists are revealed and we're able to see the whole picture of the plot of this movie, it honestly becomes very interesting, suspenseful, and disturbing, and I was pretty into it at that point. Cecilia gets a lot more agency in the second half too, along for some chances for Sweeney's performance to show genuine fear, pain, anger, and confusion, and I was genuinely surprised at how well she pulls it all off. And once we get into those last 20 minutes, damn was that worth the price of admission alone. Yeah, you have to get through a first half that's a bit of a slog and uses a lot of cliched horror elements to attempt to keep you interested to get there, but once you do get there, if you don't end up saying, "What the f***?" at least once, then you have a high tolerance for disturbing shit in movies. And this is coming from me. I can handle a lot, and I mean a lot, of stuff that horror movies will throw at you. But what can I barely handle or just straight up not handle at all in a horror movie? Any trauma involving the eyes, the fingernails, or the tongue. And I'm not going to spoil what happens, but that movie definitely crosses at least one of those items off that list.
Look away. I can't.
And that is just the tip of the iceberg with how hardcore and unhinged the last act of this movie is, complete with plenty of practical blood and gore that made that sick bastard deep inside of me very happy. Don't really have much else to say about this film. It's a quick hour and a half. So overall, Immaculate ended up being a pretty good horror film. Though if you're going into this looking for super strong characters and scares from the beginning to the end constantly, you'll leave pretty disappointed. But if you can bear through that first half with its slow pacing, wooden performance from Sydney Sweeney, and lack of development for most of the characters, you will be rewarded with a second half that allows Sweeney to fully flex her Scream Queen chops, while rewarding genre fans with one of the most insane final acts of a horror movie that I've seen since Hereditary. And that's my review of Immaculate. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this review, you know exactly what to do. I said it earlier. Please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss any of my new reviews. While you're at it, you can scroll down to the description below, find the links to my socials, leave a comment, let me know if you saw the movie and what you thought, and if you want more of my content, you can click or tap on these cards right here. It'll take you to my review of Kung Fu Panda 4, or just over to my channel where you can check out my reviews, my shorts, and my old shit. Thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you next time for my review of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.